Yo, what's going on, guys? It's J-Mass, currently on another New England adventure. This time, I'm in the small suburban town of Groton, Massachusetts. Now, I got another abandoned location I'm going to be checking out. Today, it's the ruins of Bancroft's Castle. Now, as you'll notice, I'm walking up a pretty steep hill right now. This is called Gibbet Hill, or Gibbet Hill, I'm not sure the pronunciation. But this is a pretty tall hill in Groton. Has some great views of the town. And at the very top are the ruins of a castle from the early 20th century, Bancroft's Castle. Now, I'll give you a little more history once I get up there. I'm already running out of breath, but Bancroft's Castle is a personal favorite of mine. It's very quaint, and although it's pretty small, the ruins are fantastic. This was a castle built in 1906 by General William Bancroft. Now, there's a lot of history about it. It's had many uses over the years. But today we're going to go to the top, check out the ruins, and I'll catch you up there. And after that very steep hike, we've officially made it to the ruins of Bancroft's Castle in Groton, Massachusetts. And as you can see, there's a decent amount of the structure left behind. You got all this old cobblestone, gives it a really cool feel. Now, as I said, this was built in 1906 by a guy named General William Bancroft. Now, he was the mayor of Cambridge. He was in the Massachusetts House of Representatives, and he was also active in the army, specifically during the Spanish-American War. So he had a pretty detailed career. But of course, he didn't hold on to this very long. Although he built it, he ended up selling it in 1918 to a guy named Harold Ayers, who ended up turning it into a sanatorium. Basically, when this was a sanatorium, it was used to treat people with tuberculosis and other types of diseases. But even that didn't last very long, as it was later sold to the Groton Hunt Club in the 1930s. And they mostly used it as an area for festivities and other types of activities. Now, if you're wondering, how did these ruins get here? You know, what exactly happened? On July 4th in 1932, there was a massive fire in this place, and it ended up burning much of the existing building, only leaving behind the stone ruins that we see today. And ever since then, it's pretty much sat abandoned. So as you can tell, the Bancroft Castle has had a pretty crazy past, going from a mansion to a sanatorium to a hunt club headquarters, and then burning down in the 30s. I mean, there's a lot that was going on. But today you can check it out, see all of the ruins, and I really like it. Also, the grounds themselves are just gorgeous, which I'll show you in a little bit. But, you know, as you can see right behind me, you got the chimney, the fireplace. It's really beautiful. I love it. And when you look around at the place, you can almost tell what used to be there. With the chimney and fireplace right here, you can almost guess that there must have been a second floor here. I assume there was a second floor with the fireplace up there. You got one down here. But you can see that nature's already been taking over a lot of this. I mean, the walls are just covered in plants. And right here, you got the castle itself, the main tower. So if we take this little trail up here, this will bring us to the tower section of Bancroft's Castle. And as you can see, a decent amount still standing. Really cool. Gives it a very cool medieval feel. All made out of loose stone. And this is inside. Got another fireplace, actually two. One thing I will say about this place, you know, compared to other historic ruins and abandoned locations like this, not really much graffiti at all. This is the only graffiti I've found in the entire place, which is frankly shocking. I mean, as you've seen from my other videos, and if you're a seasoned urbex explorer yourself, you probably know these places are usually covered in graffiti. So this is kind of an oddity in that aspect. And that's the section of Bancroft's Castle we were just at. You see they still got the iron gate right here. And as I said, a lot of plants and vegetation have completely been overgrowing this place. I mean, nature has really reclaimed it. Although it's not the largest abandoned place ever, it's absolutely gorgeous. So I just want to take a quick break from the castle itself to give you guys a little information about the grounds themselves, because aside from Bancroft's Castle, the grounds of Gibbet Hill are just gorgeous. They're beautiful. So if you don't know, most of this is actually farmland. I'll give you a better view in a second, but there are just a huge number of fields right over here. You can see cows grazing, get some gorgeous views of Groton Center. And right nearby is a restaurant called Gibbet Hill Grill. For the record, if you ever come to Bancroft's Castle, you can actually park there. There's also a little parking lot on the side of the road. But Gibbet Hill Grill is a really good restaurant, again, right at the base of this hill, and not far of a walk from Bancroft's Castle. So it's just a very beautiful area, and I'll give you guys some views of the natural beauty that the grounds have to offer. Right in front of us is one of the many beautiful views from Gibbet Hill. And over there too, although I'll give you guys a better view over there in a second, but you can see it's stunning over there. Just vast fields. There's also a bunch of cows over there. It might be hard to see from this area I'm standing at, but this is actually a cattle ranch. So sometimes when you're walking, you can see cows just grazing, you know, eating. And also up here, you got some really nice field. This is the trail I was walking on, and you can see Bancroft's Castle right over there. It's a really nice place, good place for a hike or a picnic. Would definitely recommend checking it out. And I should say it's actually free to the public, so don't worry about doing some sneaky shit to get in. It's completely open and free. And right here is another view from the top of Gibbet Hill. Now over there is the center of the town of Groton. And those buildings over there are actually part of the private school Lawrence Academy. Pretty nice area. And actually, if you take a look over here, got some cows grazing on the field. So again, it's a very peaceful rural area. Got some beautiful views. And directly behind me is Bancroft's Castle. Now, the area, like I said, is really nice to walk around. Got some gorgeous ruins, some stunning scenery. Definitely recommend it. Now, while Bancroft's Castle does have a very interesting history, from an unfinished mansion in 1906 to a sanatorium in 1918 to a fox hunting club's building in 1930, it doesn't really have a malicious history, but there are people who think that it's pretty haunted, and there's even some speculation that there were hangings going on here in the 1600s. Now, I couldn't find anything validating this or claiming it as true, and it's probably just speculation, but it does give it a lot of character. Now, some people believe that this area is just very supernatural. Again, I haven't seen anything like clarifying that, but the history surrounding it is still really interesting. And as I showed you, you get some stunning views of the town of Groton and the fields that the cows graze on. And while it is relatively small, as these are the only parts that have survived and stood the test of time, definitely worth checking out. And guys, that was Bancroft's Castle in Groton, Massachusetts. Pretty small, but really cool ruins from the 20th century. Again, at one point, an unfinished mansion, then a tuberculosis sanatorium, and then a fox hunt club headquarters. Has a pretty interesting history. Definitely recommend checking it out. Now, I've been here several times. I love coming to like walk around and hike, get some stunning views of Gibbet Hill. Definitely really nice area. Would check it out if you're in Urbex. Now, I've been JMass. This has been another New England adventure in Groton at Bancroft's Castle. Catch you guys in the next video. Wait, hold up, guys. I'm not done yet. Video's not over. Look what I just found. I just found all the cows chilling, grazing away at the field. Moo! Moo! Yeah, maybe they're not interested.